Universal design for learning. Think about how the world is designed. How design affects ability to have access. Imagine how change in design can change so much. Disability is a matter of how we define it. The medical model of disability. The medical model of disability looks at a disability as if it is the problem with the person. According to this model, it is the individual and not society who has the problem, and different interventions aim to provide the person appropriate skills to rehabilitate or deal with. The disability is the problem of the individual, not the environment. School has traditionally looked at student disability through the medical model. Medication prescribed to help students adapt to their direct instruction implemented during No Child Left Behind. What if we looked at disability through a different lens? What if we didn't think about how the child should adapt to the learning environment, but rather how the environment adapts to the child? Teacher says to visually impaired student at the back of the room, "You at the back, read this homework I've set for you." The social model of disability. The social model of disability looks at disability differently than traditional models. The cause of the disability is the barriers the person faces in the environment. By changing the learning environment to include adaptations that support many diverse learners, we create inclusive classrooms. This is UDL, Universal Design for Learning. Disability rights is a political movement in America that seeks equity for people who face discrimination based on disability. The movement began largely because of activism of wheelchair users, because of their demands that the physical environment provide access to people with wheelchairs. Ramps have become a part of architectural design norms. Ramps helped more than people in wheelchairs to have access to public spaces. They also provide more accessibility for people pushing strollers and people with knee injuries. What are the practices that make a classroom inclusive of all learners? What are the ramps in education? How can we structure school to adapt to diverse learners so the learning environment includes all students? Medical or social model. Changing the learning environment begins with how we view disability. When designing learning environments, let's design for all types of learners. When we design educational experiences that make learning accessible for diverse learners, we then prepare all students for the diversity of the 21st century world.
Created using Powtoon.